Hello and welcome to NTA Nationwide. I am Ifoma Ojinta. And we start with national security. President Muhammadu Buhari Thursday termed as shocking the return of terrorist attacks and murder of several innocent souls in Zagun Kataf local government area of Kaduna State and demanded a swift arrest and punishment for the culprits. There is a consigned attack on innocent citizens in the state, and the security and law enforcement agencies must take serious actions to put an end to this, said the president. In a statement by the senior special assistant to the president, Media and Publicity Garba Shehu, he quotes the president as saying, "My deepest condolences to the families of those killed in this horrific attack. May their soul rest in peace." End of quotes. Now, after years of engagement with development partners and stakeholders in the digital and creative sectors, the federal government finally struck deal with the partners to invest significantly into the digital and creative enterprises in Nigeria. State House correspondent Jide Onifade takes a look at some of the roles each partner is expected to play in this new deal that is kicking off with more than $600 million.
The engagement with the private sector and development partners gave rise to the Investment in Digital and Creative Enterprises program aimed at improving the technological and creative skills of young Nigerians.
I think it's now imperative to commence a coordinated approach towards innovation on the continent, bringing together all stakeholders to coordinate efforts at scaling up investments and building programs that provide the right enabling environment and produce talent pipelines that support the growth of innovation on the continent.
Apart from equipping youth with skills and natural talents, the partners will work to expand access to finance and promote funding and the nurturing of tech-enabled and creative sector enterprises, including the small and medium enterprises. At the launch of the program, stakeholders reiterate their commitment to the program.
Our commitment towards the technology and creative sector is likely to position these sectors as the most valuable within the non-oil space.
And we have, as everybody in the world, the capability to be able to deliver. So we cannot afford to miss out on this particular initiative.
France is proud to support this program, which aims to promote entrepreneurship and innovation in the digital technology and creative industries.
While music and the film industry have combined to put Nigeria's name on the world map, but in terms of revenue generation, fashion generates 2 trillion naira, 2 trillion against music's 300 billion.
The Bank of Industry is ready and committed to the success of this project.
This financing will also enable us to provide capital as well as loans through the Bank of Industry under the IDAS program to micro, small and medium enterprises for the purpose of additional technology and innovation into their businesses.
With the IDAS, President Buhari, yourself, Your Excellency Mr. Vice President, and the entire federal government can take pride because you will leave behind a legacy for the future growth and dominance of Nigeria in the digital and creative industries in Africa and globally.
The launch of the IDIS program is to enhance understanding of the roles of key actors in the implementation process. Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The old Naira notes now in circulation are gradually gaining acceptance. Bosade Abel reports that while the banks continue to dispense the old notes, there are cases where the notes are being rejected by business owners.
Residents of Abuja metropolis are lamenting over the rejection of old 500 and 1,000 Naira notes most particularly by traders and transporters, despite the directive from the central bank that the old Naira notes are still legal tender till the 31st day of December 2023.
The problem from the filling station, we driver mostly, when they give us money, no, we cannot store money. We go to the filling station and buy fuel. When the filling station rejects it, we also reject it.
If they are collecting it from us, we don't have any problem with the passenger.
But some are still telling us that the president have never commented on that.
But today, we are educating some of our drivers to keep collecting from customers.
For me, I'm spending the money and I'm collecting the money.
Petrol stations are also among points that are allegedly creating some level of anxiety for customers with the cash crunch. What is the situation like now?
But we are accepting old notes. But here, you see, these are the old notes, these are the new notes. All the attendants are coming to this place and we are accepting it and we are dispensing them.
So we start collecting it.
Since when?
Yes, since the day they announced it that we should start collecting it.
Right now, alhamdulillah, I just saw there's no less queue and I drove in.
Volume of cash withdrawal after the announcement has, however, increased according to our sources within the banks, who confirmed that some banks are paying more over the counter. And as we can see, tension is easing at the ATM terminals.
It's just now why I withdraw. I'm getting 5,000.
There's a lot of they say that there should be use old money. Now the queue has reduced.
Residents say the news will continue to spread as they believe the resistance to the old Naira notes will fade with time. In Abuja, Bosse De Able, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria's adherence to the Supreme Court judgment to allow the old notes remain legal tender has been applauded, as many believe it will douse the tension and hardship earlier experienced due to the recent cash crunch. Justina Etim reports.
Is a country where many citizens over the years have been relying on physical cash for daily transactions, ranging from purchase of food or other items from the markets, transport fares and the likes, but the shortage of banknotes occasioned by the Naira swap has taken a toll on the people. However, compliance of the Central Bank of Nigeria with the recent Supreme Court judgment, which validates the old 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes as legal tender up till 31st of December 2023, may no doubt serve as a relief. But are commercial banks dispensing these notes?
The main issue is not getting the money, it's using it. But the bank are dispensing the old notes.
Yeah, I saw some drivers collecting it, but I've not gotten one from them yet.
Like Access Bank, they're dispensing old 1,000 Naira note.
Though there seems to be a new normal where POS machines are used to facilitate buying and selling in markets. However, many people harp on adequate sensitization to ensure wider acceptability of the old Naira notes.
They have given me 1,000 Naira old notes, and people have started collecting from the market. We are using it to buy, and we're happy because now we have money at hand.
It is expected that the new directive will enhance access to cash and drastically reduce long queues now prevalent in banks. In Calabar, Justina Etem, NTA News.
And the old Naira notes, which are now in the hands of many residents of Abakaliki, the Ebonyi state capital, are being rejected even after the Central Bank of Nigeria's directive reintroducing it as a legal tender. Uche Chukwuonwe reports that the situation appears complex as the need for more enlightenment is imperative.
For some weeks now, Nigerians have been grappling with the challenges occasioned by the new Naira policy, despite the CBN's directive that old notes remain legal tender. Exchange of goods and services in Abakaliki seems hydra-headed as residents are confused because both banks and traders reject the old notes.
I withdraw 20,000 Naira. I did not eat the money. It's still with me. I came to withdraw here. The ATM is paying the old notes, and myself, I refuse to withdraw simply because the resident where I am are not accepting the old notes.
The thing is hardly to collect it and put it
on this my pocket.
Others believe that if traders are properly educated, it will change the narratives.
They should let the public know that it is now a legal tender till 31st December of this year.
Appealing to the traders to receive the older notes, or the 200, 500 and the 1,000, not only 200. Hence, the court are giving order.
I'm tired of all this.
In the interim, customers cluster at the entrance of banking hall to lay complaints of failed transactions and other network-related issues, while the automated teller machine points are deserted for lack of cash in Abakaliki. Uchechukwu Onwe, NTA News.
It's now time to join Hingino in our Lagos Network Center for trending stories from that zone. Hello, Hingino.
More banks have started dispensing the old Naira notes across Lagos metropolis, paving way for its acceptance at major points of sales and markets. Larry Bilei, who went round the city to ascertain the level of acceptance of the new notes, now reports.
Central Bank's directive on the return to circulation, the old Naira notes, banks have started dispensing the notes to their customers. At some of the bank's automated teller machines, it's no longer an uphill task to get the notes.
I just came in and I queue, so it wasn't my bank, but because my bank wasn't paying. I don't know what the issue was, but I have to come to other banks to be able to collect cash. I was able to get the sum of 10,000. This is it.
Acceptance of the old notes now in circulation has returned at the market stalls, as traders say they can now transact business with ease.
Unlike before, transfer, and most of the times when they do that transfer, the money that they enter. So during that time, we really run lost. So since the old money don't come, I even have them here if you want me to show you. So this is it. This is the old money. People can start collecting it.
With the managers, small, they move small. They don't they give me cash. You know, they ask us.
You don't have the old money now?
Sir. They talk with language. See, they here, plenty. They here, don't they collect them? Wait I go do.
It's the same situation for Monday Argo, a commercial transport driver, who revealed that there is an improvement.
Sometimes when I reach this Balende, you know they see passenger here, but it's where the old money come out. At least you can see now my motor is almost full now, and all the money where they pay me is old money, 500 and 1,000 naira.
Since morning, I'm using the old Naira notes, and they are collecting it.
Nigerians are upbeat that the situation will continue to improve as the old notes coupled with the new ones increase in circulation. In Lagos, Larry Bilegi, NTA News.
Talking security now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, has tasked officers and soldiers to deploy airtight security to guarantee the success of the governorship and House of Assembly elections. Lynn Leneke reports that Chief of Army Staff gave the reminder at the inauguration of projects across military formations in Lagos.
The Nigerian Army has remained resolute in carrying out its statutory duties by confining with extant rules of engagement and standing orders in the Constitution, especially as the gubernatorial election approaches.
As we prepare for the governorship and state assembly elections holding on 18 March 2023, I charge you all to remain the same standard, to maintain the same standard, to ensure the civil populace exercise their civil responsibilities.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, whose first port of call was the Nigerian Army School of Finance and Administration, Arakan Barracks, Apapa, inaugurated the ultra-modern administration complex and facility for officers and soldiers of the Finance Corps to effectively and efficiently manage the Army's financial records. Placing premium on the health of personnel and their families was another prioritized project of the infrastructural intervention of the Army. At the 68th Army Reference Hospital, Yaba was upgraded to meet the globally accepted standards.
The staff here have a duty to ensure the serviceability of this equipment, and the co-commander has that responsibility also to deploy competent hands to handle this new equipment that are installed.
The Army Chief also inaugurated the remodeled, refurbished and equipped Alafia Olua Primary School in Mushin. This, the Army believes, is key in achieving corporate goal of stemming the tide of insecurity. In Lagos, Lane Lenake, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Agatha in Benin is standing by with stories after this break.
Thank you for staying on Nationwide. This is Benin. We hear old 500 and 1,000 naira notes are beginning to gain acceptability among residents. Jude Abugu, who monitored the level of compliance with federal government's directive, reports that residents are appreciative of government's intervention.
Despite the Supreme Court judgment that extended the validity period of the old naira notes to December 31st, and payments of old naira notes by banks to customers, residents in Benin, especially traders, were rejecting the old 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes, thereby making things difficult for people.
It was very difficult. There are many things that we're supposed to do that we couldn't do. Even moving out of our houses was difficult. To buy things, difficult. Many of us don't even have these apps that we are talking about, talk less of transferring money.
As I did, I send money, no see money. The one old money I not see, the new money I not see.
So far day, now God just to give us this market, we take the sustain.
Following the Supreme Court's judgment and the federal government's directives, residents are now gradually accepting the old notes.
I can use it to buy anything that they accept from me right now. Some people, if they collect it, what they are supposed to sell for you for 100 naira, they will now sell it for you for like 150. It's like you are now adding more because of the old money.
Residents and stakeholders say enforcement of the directive by relevant agencies will ensure full compliance by banks, traders, and individuals. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And in preparation for the House of Assembly election scheduled for March 18, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has commenced distribution of sensitive election materials to its local government offices in Ondo State. Abiola Ario reports.
Ondo State is one of the 9 states of the Federation that will hold only the House of Assembly election this Saturday. The sensitive materials being distributed to the 18 local government areas in Ondo State is in preparation for election into the 26 House of Assembly seats in the state. The distribution of the materials was carried out at the premises of the Central Bank of Nigeria in Akure under a very tight security. The process was monitored by representatives of political parties, civil society organizations, and journalists who inspected the election materials accordingly. The distribution of election materials, which included ballot papers and result sheets, is to ensure that the materials reach their destinations early enough.
Tomorrow they are expected to batch all these materials, both the sensitive and the non-sensitive materials. Early at 6 a.m. on Saturday, they are supposed to be going to their various places of assignment, their PUs where they are going to work. Since it's going to be a single election, we expect early results.
All the election materials are being moved to various local governments in Ondo State. In Akure, Abiola Ario, NTA News.
And that's our package. The train moves back to Ifoma in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thanks, Agatha. Now, the leader of the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Group, Afenifere, Pa Ruben Fasonroti, has advised the President-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to give priority attention to security, economy, and unemployment, as well as other urgent matters that will restore peace and tranquility across the country on assumption of office on 29 May 2023. Pa Fasonroti, in a statement issued in Akure, Ondo State, noted that Tinubu got Afenifere and Yoruba leaders unalloyed support and endorsements since October 2022 while seeking their blessings. While reiterating the key priority areas of security and economy, the Afenifere leader equally wants Tinubu on assumption of office to stem the rate of unemployment in the country in order to curb the rising youth restiveness in different parts of the country. Eligible voters in Lokoja are eager to participate in Saturday, March 18 election, hoping that INEC has reviewed the beavers to avoid delays and glitches experienced in the last election. In Kogi State, only the State Assembly election will take place. Jacob Sani reports.
Kogi State Assembly is a unicameral legislative arm of the government with 25 members elected from the state's 21 local government areas. To provide equal representation, 4 local government areas with significantly larger populations are delineated into 2 constituencies each, making the number of legislators in the State House of Assembly 25. The Assembly's main purpose is to pass new laws, amend or repeal existing laws, and supervise the executive. Members of the Assembly are elected for a 4-year term concurrent with federal legislators. The State Assembly has been inaugurated 7 times since the creation of Kogi State in 1991. The 7th Assembly has 22 committees, through which the Assembly impacts on the rural populace while maintaining a harmonious working relationship with both the executive and the judiciary.
As far as Kogi State is concerned, the relationship between the executive, legislature, and judiciary is cordial.
So far, the 7th Assembly, headed by Speaker Matthew Kolawole, has passed several bills into law and moved motions intended to fast-track the development of Kogi State.
We have successfully passed motions, more than 1,000 motions for bills. We have more than 300 bills to our cover from 2015 to date.
Some stakeholders bear their minds on the proactiveness of the Assembly to promote good governance in the state.
In the current Assembly, you find that we have only 1 lawyer. In the last Assembly, the 6th Assembly, we also have just only 1 lawyer. So, but every other person there is a lawmaker. So you need the public input to be able to assist you.
As the State Assembly inauguration draws near, the people of Kogi State are looking forward to a vibrant 8th Assembly in Lokoja. Ojonugwa Ata, NTA News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC Kwara State, has distributed sensitive materials to the 16 local government areas of the state in preparation for the governorship and House of Assembly elections on Saturday. The distribution was witnessed by INEC officials, political party representatives, and security agencies. Ahmed Fulani reports.
Among the sensitive materials distributed for the elections are beavers, ballot papers, and resort seeds. Additional ink pads were also distributed to guide against its shortage as witnessed in the previous elections. INEC in Kwara State is ready to conduct our elections on Saturday while assuring electorates and political parties of a level playing ground.
We have done a lot of improvement, and by and large, this time around we are going to see a very clean and a very fast election. We don't envisage any problem. The election is going to be clinical. All the viewers have been configured and they have been dispatched to all the various local governments.
We are okay with the exercise and we thank God for what they have done. We want them to keep it up to the respective places they are taking the materials to.
This distribution of this election material is very good. It's going smoothly. There is no cause alarm. Everything is going smoothly. No problem.
The sorting of the sensitive materials was done last week before the elections were postponed. Ahmed Fulani, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the race to occupy Government House at Bakiliki is heating up with just a day to the governorship and State House of Assembly elections. Fortunate also reports that although 13 political parties are fielding candidates for the election, Political analysts say 4 candidates appear prominent in Ebonyi State.
Voters in Ebonyi State are gearing up to cast another round of ballots. This Saturday, 13 candidates are in the race to occupy the Ebonyi State governorship seat, though political analysts see only 4 major contenders.
One of the major factors that is going to play in this election is the Charter of Equity. And the APC as a party have told the line of that zoning arrangement. PDP can do something, but it's going to basically be in Ebonyi South. Then that of Abuja is also leveraging on the fact that Eza Nation will cast vote for him.
Francis Ogbonnanwifuru of the All Progressive Congress is the current Speaker of Ebonyi State House of Assembly.
We're well prepared. I'm confident that our party will win.
Next is Ifeanyi Chukwuma Odi of the People's Democratic Party. As the major opposition party in the state, the party is, however, optimistic of better performance in the forthcoming election.
PDP is very, very ready to clean the ticket come Saturday, 18th of March.
All Progressive Grand Alliance candidate, Professor Bernard Odo, is another contender in the Ebonyi State governorship contests.
The All Progressives Grand Alliance is upbeat about its victory on Saturday.
The result of the election as declared by the electoral umpire saw the Labour Party dwarfing other parties in the presidential contest in the state, but winning just a seat in the Federal House of Representatives. However, the success recorded by the Labour Party is now hanging on a balance, as it is yet unclear who will fly the party's flag in the governorship election, making the candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, Dr. Adol Awam Chris, the 4th contender in the forthcoming governorship election in Ebonyi State.
I'm contesting, I'm in the race, and I'm seriously in the race, and I am here to win the election. I've never, ever stepped down.
For political watchers, the governorship and state houses of assembly election in Ebonyi State may spring surprises. Little wonder all the candidates are still wooing the electorate, optimistic of a victory shout. In Abakaliki, Fortunate Ozo, NTA News.
On to security matters, the Department of State Services, DSS, has arrested 2 suspects, Sharu Abubakar Tambula and Ismail Ilyasu Mungu, for inciting violence in parts of Kano State. The DSS spokesperson, Dr. Peter Afunaya, notes that the suspects separately recorded messages which they shared through various social media channels to champion certain political interests and urging their supporters to violently attack those opposed to them, including security personnel during the March 18 governorship and State House of Assembly elections. The statement further says a particular political party in Kano has threatened to organize protest march in the metropolis and storm offices of security agencies on 16th March 2023 in solidarity with the suspects, while the service calls on the concerned party to desist from such acts, as it will not stand by to watch misguided persons cause breakdown of law and order in Kano. And the Kano State government has called on the police and other security agencies to brace up for a possible breach of law and order, as available information indicates that a demonstration has been planned from tomorrow by some residents in the state. The State Commissioner, Information and Internal Affairs, Malam Mohammed Gadba, who made this known in a statement, charged the police and other security outfits to be alive to their responsibilities by keeping peace and dealing with miscreants. He said while the state government committed moral and financial resources to the maintenance of peace in the state, some individuals are bent on causing confusion and unnecessary tension that could lead to loss of lives and looting of property. The commissioner maintained that since the country is governed by law, no one is above the law, and called security operatives to deal with few individuals who want to cause chaos among peace-loving people in the state. It's now time to join Larry in our Ibadan Network Center for more stories on Nationwide.
Good to see you, Informa, and welcome to Ibadan. Distribution of sensitive materials to all the 33 local government areas of your state has commenced at the Central Bank office in Ibadan. INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Oyo State, Dr. Rahman Tella, monitored the exercise. Oyeyinka Omole has the details.
Joined by the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 11, Sikiru Akode, and Commissioner of Police, Oyo State, Adebowale Williams, the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Oyo State, Dr. Rahman Tella, pledged the readiness of the Commission to conduct seamless governorship and House of Assembly elections in the state, far beyond the success recorded during the last elections.
The ballot papers that are meant for the governorship and the state House of Assembly elections, and this has been properly and systematically outlined so that there won't be a mix-up while they are getting to the respective local government.
We are solidly behind the INEC to achieve their mandate, and will do everything humanly possible to ensure that the governorship and House of Assembly elections that we are going to have this weekend is not only free, it will be fair and it will be credible in Oyo State by the grace of Almighty God. That's why we are here.
The INEC REC also informed the people that all BVAS machines used during the last election have been reconfigured and charged properly, urging them to come out in their numbers to vote. Representatives of political parties were also on hand to monitor the distribution exercise.
They are bringing in out first. They have to assemble local government by local government before work will begin proper.
After sorting and confirmation by parties concerned, the materials will be moved to INEC offices in all the 33 local government areas of the state. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army has appealed to the electorate to vote and avoid violence as governorship and House of Assembly elections holds this Saturday. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya made the appeal while inaugurating a 60-bed ward at Kishi in Irekwa local government area of Oyo State. Again, correspondent Oyeyinka Omole reports.
As Nigerian Army continue its commitment towards entrenching its civil relations, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, emphasized that achieving free, fair, and credible elections depends primarily on peaceful conduct of the electorate before, during, and after the polls.
At this point, especially thank the good people of Kishi, Irekwa local government area of Oyo State, and indeed all Nigerians for supporting the Nigerian Army. I urge you to continue to be law-abiding in the coming governorship and assembly election and beyond, as well as provide useful information to the Nigerian Army and other security agencies to enable us provide the needed security.
The Chief of Army Staff was in Kishi as part of efforts of the Nigerian Army in execution of projects that will impact on the lives of the people positively, especially in communities of senior military officers.
It's a 60-bed facility that is divided into wards for male, female, children, labor room, reception area, doctors' offices, and of course, nursing station.
And they have been doing well at their first in all attempts. Is it maintaining the territorial integrity of Nigeria, which explains why we have been.
The 60-bed ward was constructed under the Nigerian Army Civil Military Cooperation Project. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
Those are the trending reports from Ibadan at this hour. Let's now join Yunusa at our Maiduguri Network Center for more reports after this break. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Maiduguri. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum has expressed satisfaction with the ongoing reconstruction of Maiduguri Monday Market with an assurance of continued support to the committee to speedy up rebuilding work to enable traders return to business. This was during a routine visit to the market to assess progress of ongoing rebuilding work. Mohamed Goni reports.
This was Governor Babagana Umara Zulum's fourth visit to the market as part of his determination to speed up reconstruction work so that victims resume commercial activities. The committee set up by the state government to reconstruct Monday Market and other support to the victim has already cleared and evacuated debris of the fire disaster to pave the way for rebuilding work, which has commenced in earnest. Chairman of the committee, Zarami Dungus, who conducted the around the building work at various sections of the market, also briefed him on the activities of the committee to include distribution of food and cash as palliative to the victims. Governor Bagana Umar Azulum expressed satisfaction with the quality and progress of work being executed by the committee and expressed the need to beef up security at the site.
Those that have shops, yes, sir. I think the only possible we can do, we can support them with some cash, yes, so that each and everybody can come and construct his own individual shop. Okay, sir. Yes, this is also something very important.
Professor Zulum added that mandate of the committee also extends to searching for a suitable site for additional market to decongest the Monday market. He also directed the committee to brief the public fortnightly on donations received from individuals and corporate organizations to ensure transparency and to dispel fake news making the rounds on the social media about donations. In Maiduguri, Mohamed Goni, NTA News.
Out of which only less than 1 million participated in the voting exercise. Pauline Gujavana finds out factors responsible for the low turnout.
Despite the growing awareness about voting being the determinant factor in enthronement of democratic leadership to bring about either desired change or continuity of positive policies, Borno State has recorded a huge decline in voters' turnout during the last election. Figures indicated by the recently conducted Presidential and National Assembly elections show that significant percentage of electorate did not take part in the election, a development which many see as quite worrisome and bad for democracy.
Number of votes cast matters because whether you are voting for political party A or B.
The low turnouts during the election could be attributed to quite a number of factors, amongst which are loss of confidence in election integrity, discouragement owing to some voters' preferred candidate failing to secure victory at the primary election, lack of zeal and willingness to endure the stress of passing through standing in queues to cast the ballots.
INEC staff arrived very late. Some of the trained staff were replaced. Since the problems have been identified, then it should be rectified.
On the other hand, the electoral umpire and security agencies have assured of credible and peaceful gubernatorial and state assembly elections as more modalities and strategies have been put in place to cope any challenge.
We have looked at aspects of logistics, including transportation, retraining of our ad hoc staff.
We have a lot of experiences, but this time around, we have taken note of that and we have perfected those areas.
Taking notes from the recent polls, voter apathy is another huge task ahead, which calls for improved awareness and reorientation on democratic system of government for appreciable level of participation in elections by the people. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
Well, that does it from Maiduguri. News nationwide continues with Ifoma in Abuja.
Many thanks, Yunusa. Now, the Nigerian police force has ordered the restriction of movements and all forms of transportation from 12 midnight to 6 p.m. of Saturday, March 18, in states where elections will be conducted. At a media briefing, Force Public Relations Officer Olu Muyiwa Adejobi says those on essential duty are exempted from the restrictions. The force also reiterates the ban on all security aids to VIPs and escorts from accompanying their principals and politicians to polling booths and collation centers during the elections. Meanwhile, in preparation for Saturday's polls, the police in Ogun State have showcased some newly acquired operational equipment for crime fighting and warns members of the public against electoral crimes. Lekon Agbonde reports.
A water cannon, armored personnel carrier, and 2 operational vehicles, courtesy of the Inspector General of Police, are the new addition to arrays of equipment at the disposal of the Ogun State Police Command. The simulation exercise is to demonstrate the readiness of the police to give their best in the forthcoming election. The Commissioner of Police, Frank Mba, who expressed the gratitude of the command to the IGP, indicates the readiness of the police to be civil, neutral, and professional, collaborating with other sister security agencies for a worthwhile electioneering process.
We want to see that our men are mentally, physically, and operationally set. The Ogun State Police Command must put adequate security arrangements on ground to ensure that the elections are hitch-free. My warning to people out there is that if you commit murder, we will treat you like a murderer. If you commit arson, we will treat you like an arsonist. If we find you in unlawful possession of prohibited weapons, we will deal with you like a bandit.
CP Mba expressed confidence that with the level of trainings and engagement, the police in Ogun State will perform with utmost sense of dignity and professionalism in the election duties. In Abuja, Lekon Agbonde, NTA.
The Director General of the National Council for Arts and Culture and President, Nigeria Golf Federation, Olusegun Rushawe, has commended Governor Ganduje of Kano State for refuting an online media report that Kano Golf Course has been revoked by the state government. Reacting to the Cherry news, Rushawe said the Nigeria Golf Federation, the Nigeria golfers and the golfing world are excited by the swift response of the Kano State government due to the strategic position of the Kano Golf Club. He assured that golf clubs in Nigeria will work together to reposition golf as a frontline game in the country. Contingents of wrestlers from across 14 countries expected to participate in the ECOWAS African Traditional Wrestling Tournament in Niamey, Republic of Niger, have undergone medicals. Abdullahi Mohammed reports that this is in preparation for the commencement of the tournament in the next 24 hours.
A warm welcome there, and a step into the arena. The medical team puts wrestlers to the test.
All wrestlers are to do medical tests before wrestling.
Once certified, the scale is set. 5 categories are up for the wrestlers, and each one yearns for a pass in their own category. But not everyone will get an automatic pass. Some have to check off some calories to fit in. For the technical crew, it's either a pass or an outright disqualification.
If he cannot do this in 1 hour 30, he's out for this competition.
This exercise paves way for the opening ceremony with a series of contests to follow. In Niamey, Abdullahi Mohammed, NTA News.
And next is sports updates.
The Nigeria Scrabble Federation has concluded plans to stage the maiden Ashafa Zadok National Championships, scheduled to hold at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja from the 20th to the 26th of March 2023. A total of 28 games will be played across 1 week, with the eventual winner going home with a cash prize and the prestigious NSF Green Jacket. In football, Gianni Infantino Thursday got re-elected as the president of the World Football Governing Body, FIFA. Infantino, 52, who was re-elected for another 4 years at the 73rd FIFA Congress in Kigali, Rwanda, succeeded Sepp Blatter as FIFA president in 2016.
You can continue to trust on my commitment, and the only thing I'm asking you is for this, my second term, to continue working hard
Still on football, Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen scored a brace in AS Napoli's 3-0 home victory over Eintracht Frankfurt in the return fixture of their UEFA Champions League round of 16 encounter on Wednesday. The 24-year-old Nigerian international, who scored his 51st goal for the club, not only helped the Italian side to progress to their first Champions League quarterfinals 5-0 on aggregate, but also became the first player in the club's history to score in both legs of an European Cup or Champions League knockout tie. In other results, defending champions Real Madrid also made it to the last 8 of the competition following a 1-0 home win against Liverpool, progressing 6-2 on aggregate. And in tennis, 5th seed Dani Medvedev secured his 18th straight victory of the season to progress to the last 4. The 2021 US Open champion triumphed over Alejandro Davidovich Fokina of Spain 6-3, 7-5. With sports updates, I am Chukunonso Nwabweze, NTA News.
And that concludes Nationwide for today. We thank you for being part of our production. Do remember that you can be a star. Stand with the NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. Bye for now.